Given like all the Wizarding World stuff that they're doing now.
Sure.
All right, so let's get into the ride. I've delayed enough, but let's get into Donkey Kong Minecart Madness Roller Coaster. And as Universal states, that Donkey Kong Minecart Madness Roller Coaster is, and I quote, a thrilling adventure on a dynamic, unpredictable ride through the jungle where you'll hop into a minecart and go for a thrilling ride through the jungle. The fun starts when you get blasted out of a barrel cannon at the Golden Temple. You'll even leap across a collapsed track. And this series of unpredictable thrills will make you scream with excitement as you join Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. So they're both characters in this ride, in this race in the jungle on a wild adventure to protect the golden banana from the Tiki Tak tribe.
That's Tiki Tak.
The golden banana.
The golden banana.
What the...
So I had to look this up too, and again I fell into that. I was like, okay, that's a hell of a story. I know nothing about it because I never played Donkey Kong Country. You did though, Eli.
When it first came out a long time ago. Yeah.
Do you know any of this story about the golden? I had to look this up literally.
Is it like an Oscar or something that you win for?
I never finished it. I never finished the game enough.
So you never got the golden banana?
I never got the golden banana, but I'm sure it's rich in potassium.
Yeah, it prevents like Charlie horses.
Yeah,
it's great. Well, I had to look this up. All right, so the golden banana is actually a curse. The curse of the golden banana.
So you don't want the golden banana? You
don't, but you got to protect it so nobody else, like say your enemies, gets that and curses you and does all kind of stuff.
So this is the Indiana Jones tie-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Ark of the Covenant thing.
Yes.
It's like you don't want it, but it's like you can't let anybody else get a hand of it or else you're just as doomed.
Yes.
And stuff. Gotcha. Yeah. And in fact, it's funny you say that because in the cartoon for Donkey Kong, they had an episode called Raiders of the Lost Banana, in which this is explained.
I didn't even know they made a cartoon.
Apparently they did.
Wow, okay.
And that episode was called Raiders of the Lost Banana.
The Lost Banana. Yep.
And the enemy they're trying to keep it out of, as I said, is the Tiki Tak tribe.
That's what cracks me up.
Yeah, it killed me too when I first saw it. But anyway, it's an ancient evil hive mind of Tikis led by a guy named Tiki Tong and is the main antagonistic force in Donkey Kong Country Returns. So the sequel.
Oh, okay. No place. So is he? He's an ape as well?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he's some kind of tiki.
He's a tiki
creature,
god thing.
Yeah.
I'm picturing those little guys from Moana with the Kakamora.
Yeah, Kakamora.
Was that what they look like? I don't know what these things look like.
I did. That's one thing I did. Actually, I never clicked this link to see what they look like.
What are they called again?
Oh, that's horrible.
Tiki Taks.
Tiki Taks. Yeah.
All I can think of is Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs, yeah.
Like, are they little round?
I got the picture up in the Donkey Kong wiki, but apparently it looks like has a little crown. It looks really evil, tiki-like with crazy looking wooden arms.
Yeah, they don't look like real living creatures. They look like animated
emojis.
Yeah, they're like emojis. They don't really have bodies.
Man, Donkey Kong will kill these dudes in 2 seconds.
Unless he gets the golden banana.
Unless they get the golden banana.
Which is the premise of the ride.
Maybe that'll grow them bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the curse. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be they're more like emotions than anything else.
They seem to be musical instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a cousin's Tiki Talk.
Tiki Talk.
Wow. Yeah, Donkey Kong should be able to completely obliterate these guys. No problem.
You should, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so the cool thing about this coaster is that it is a boom coaster. That's the terminology they're using it. And Universal holds the patent on this particular design of coaster. And basically what it is that the mine cars that you ride in are on what's referred to as a simulated ride surface. So a boom coaster, there's 2 levels. There's a simulated ride surface, and underneath is the actual roller coaster track that the train rides on. So basically, you have the wheels on the track, and there's a boom arm upon which there is the mine car that's attached. So if you think about, let me say, you take the ride cars for the Wizarding World, the original Harry Potter ride, and they threw that onto a KUKA robotic arm. Remove the robotic arm, but replace it with a stationary boom that's attached to a coaster track, to a coaster train set of wheels. And that's what it is. And so what happens is, because there's a fake track above it, the mine car is not dependent on that fake track to keep it onto the track, so to speak, because they have an actual guide roller coaster track underneath that's hidden. And so that's how they're going to pull off the effect of the Donkey Kong mine car jumping jumping over cracks into the track or ravines. There's one part in the promo art that they're jumping over a field of spikes, or jumping through a waterfall and stuff. And there's some video where it's like you don't go straight, but the track breaks and then it just goes off to the right and jumps down into it continues in track. And just like the video game, which you might remember, Eli, where it jumps tracks. So, the one track ends and it jumps to the other track and then goes back and forth. So there's a lot of stuff they could do. And it looks like you're totally out of control, but you really are in control because you're attached by a boom to the actual roller coaster train track below, which is brilliant, which is something that Disney could have done with Indiana Jones easily.
Oh, yeah. It's so clever.
Yeah.
And now they can't.
But they could always pay for it.
Unless that technology is copyrighted in some way.
Yeah, Universal holds the patent. So
It is, yeah. Universal patented it, so Disney couldn't do it.
Yeah, they'd have to figure out a different way to get. But I mean, that is such a clever way to get around that. And yeah, Kevin remarked on this earlier. When we saw this, we were both like, yeah, we were angry with Disney for not having thought about this first.
Yeah. Yeah. It's brilliant, man. It's like, how do you advance a ride system? Well, here you go.
That's next